gloomy song, as it's about nuclear war.
Yeah.
So it's sort of about everybody dying a horrible death. But I think it's worth singing it just to remind us that this is a very real possibility right now with all this bullshit that's going on in Eastern Europe. It's a very real possibility that we may wake up tomorrow or the next day and go, what's that flash in the sky, Mummy? Or a child will. And you'll have to explain it to them. So I'm going to sing the song anyway. It's based upon a thing called the Doomsday Clock that a committee of atomic scientists thought of in 1957 originally. And they invented this concept of the clock that's imaginary, but that is set to move slowly towards midnight. And if it ever strikes midnight, we're all dead. And that means that we got it all wrong and the nuclear war has broken out and everybody and everything on the planet Earth is dead. So in 1957 they set it at 20 minutes to midnight. So they were a bit worried, and they were quite right, because 5 years later we had the Cuban Missile Crisis. But luckily, in 1962, the presidents of the United States of America and the USSR were John Fitzgerald Kennedy and Nikita Khrushchev, and believe it or not, they spoke to one another on the telephone and talked about it. It's called diplomacy. Wouldn't it be nice if your president was talking to the president of Russia right here about, hey, let's cool all this down, guys. Let's give peace back to the people of Ukraine, shall we? Let's have a conversation about it.
Yeah!
I didn't mean to start shouting because it's not in my nature, as you know. All right, okay. That was a polite titter. I like that. Where was I? Oh yeah, the Doomsday Clock. Well anyway, they've met every year since 1957, and this year in 2022, they set the Doomsday Clock at just a hair beyond 1.5 minutes to midnight. Think about it. Also, nuclear weapons are hugely expensive to maintain and replace and blah, 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 blah. And might we not be better spending that money on the homeless black woman, or on our children's education, or on a health service, for instance? Or on the roads or the bridges, they're all bloody well falling down. I've driven around this guy here, I can see it. I know my voice was a little bit.
Preaching to the choir, boss.
And it is not in my nature, so I promise not to do it again. Oh, well, I love you too, obviously. I wouldn't be here otherwise. I do. I mean, all that bullshit about the bar or the piano, that's true, that is real, that is how we feel. This conversation is a good thing. We're having it in the bar because we can, because we're allowed to, because we are not being censored by fucking Mark Zuckerberg or some other prick.
Yeah!
Whoops. I mean, for God's sake, man started his business grading codes. Oh, she's got nice tits, I'll give her a 7. What? And he's now one of the richest men in the world, and he sits down with the CIA and decides who of us should be allowed to have a voice on the internet and who shouldn't. I mean, it is a little bit weird, if you ask me. Right, I'm going to stop talking now. I'm going to stop the Doomsday Clock and sing this song. I've got to have a quick... I can't start it yet, mate. I have one more sucker in my pocket.
Oh!